Hey yo, did the shorts cover? No? The fuck we talking about? Alright, what's happening, people? Yeah, looks like The Spy is what everybody was watching today, right? Oh man. Come on, Spy, let's get the 381. Yeah, what the freak? You're going the other way? Holy shit. Yeah. So that's what everybody's watching. And for those that put options on this, just remember the enemy knows your hand. So while everybody piled in on that, well, look what it got us. And it wasn't me. I wasn't in it. So I just watched y'all do it. But hey, there it is. It went the other direction. As far as APE, yep. How the hell APE has FTDs? Well, a lot of people are asking, how does that happen, man? How does APE have, all of these FTDs? Well, motherfucker, remember, they first put options on APE. And then when they found out they couldn't do it, they took the shit off. So you're going to see, all of those FTDs just bust out of nowhere because APE is such a fucked up ass play right now. I mean, it's a great play, but it's a fucked up play right now. So fuck the haters. Guess what? We're still holding this shit, and I'm happy to do it. AMC, same shit. You already know what time it is. But yeah. But anyways, what is everybody talking about today? Well, besides these tickers and plays, everybody's talking about this. Former SEC ombudsman misled Congress, yada, 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 yada. What did she do? Well, I went ahead and showed you guys. I'm going to show you here. She told 300 investors to file fraud claims on their own instead of personally logging them into the agency's internal tip program as required. So basically, institutions and retail investors came to her and was like, "Hey, I want to file a claim of fraud with you guys. Can you please and add it into your list of shit?" And then she goes, as she's doing her nails, "Oh, that's for the other people to do. So I know, fraud, smart. Who cares, right? Just go ahead and do it. Go down the hall and crawl down the creepy part of the stairs, and then just file your claim on your own over there. I know I'm supposed to add it to my machine, but come on, it doesn't matter." So when confronted, this ombudsman created a spreadsheet that falsely claimed tips generated by others were done by her office. So she lied and said, "Yeah, we did those 300 fraud claims. We got it in the system. It's there. I promise." And yeah, so they were looking and was like, "Yeah, we don't see those cases, lady." So yeah, this lady is quite crazy. But yes, this is evidence and proof that the SEC doesn't want to do their job. Aren't you the financial police? Oh, you're not? Well, then get the fuck out of here. Every day, we're watching you motherfuckers do nothing but tweet us and say, "Hey, how do you want to get protected by not getting protected?" Gosh darn it, you motherfuckers. Why won't you just see what everybody else sees is that these bankers are robbing you motherfuckers? How come you can't see that? Well, let's take a look at reverse repos up today. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, reverse repos at 2 point whatever trillion dollars again. So that's what it is. Yep. Government spending, Federal Reserve, people. Government spending. That's all you need to know. Government spending. So for those that's but the supply chain is off sync, and Ukraine, and what else we got, guys? What else we got? We don't have anything else? Yeah, you don't, cause look at motherfuckers. Anyways, why am I making this video today? You mean, hold on, Phil, after all of that, that's not why you're making this video? No, I'm actually want to like tell the street something and show the street something I feel like needs to be said before the bankers delete this video. So I'm going to play you something exclusive. It's not really exclusive, but you might not have seen this, before if you're not paying attention. So we want to bring all the eyes and ears to the new concepts of why AMC Bigums is telling everybody these bankers, they're buying drugs. And look at this shit, guys. They're fucking taking reverse repos. They're buying dope with it. And many people will listen to what AMC Bigum says and like, man, that sounds crazy. You guys are insane. Until the following. Now pay attention and listen.
One of the things that happened to me quite early in my career that made me realize what was going on. I went to some basement with about 100 other bankers, and there were this semicircle of plastic chairs, and we all sat there, all men, and then these two women took out an assortment of marital aids and just proceeded to have sex with each other while people were doing coke and people were watching, and then they got some people in the front row and then just
Review Dork was definitely there.
There's something grotesque about 100 men in suits
Review Dork was definitely
two
there.
women going at it hammer and tongs. And I remember thinking, okay, this place is a little bit mad. I was an investment banker for 12 years between 1996 and 2008. It's an incredibly secretive world. No one really seems to understand it. I thought it was about time someone explained what really happens. Investment banking covers a multitude of sins. In its very simplest form, it's about putting together people who want to invest money and people who want money invested in their companies. And we're in the middle, taking a huge slice. I had been to a decent university. I could also bullshit with the best of them. And that is an important aspect of any job in the city. The city is a place that rewards bullshit probably more than any other career. I couldn't believe the amount of money I was earning. Within about 4 years, I was earning 120, and my bonuses were getting up to 300. And then by the end of it, I was over 600. The money is ridiculous. I mean, the justifications for the money have always been things like, oh, it's stressful. Well, this wasn't as stressful as a teacher's job. Oh, it's dangerous or risky. It's not as risky as being in the army. I always felt a little bit guilty about it. Like, why the hell are these people spending so much money on me when all I'm doing is pushing around bits of paper? It was a source of continual bafflement. Cocaine is the perfect drug for bankers because it is expensive, it's glamorous, it's something that can make you talk even more bullshit than you normally do. It gives your already inflated ego an even bigger...
Why are you describing Review Dork?
Part of my strategy for getting clients on board. We both had something on each other. I could lose him his job, he could lose me my job. You know, I used to come back from like an all-night bender, go straight into the office, and I would have to go on the mic in front of 200 people on the trading floor. One of the very first major presentations I ever did. I was doing it, and suddenly everyone started giggling, and I was thinking, what the is going on here? And suddenly I saw this blood hit onto my white shirt, and I was like, oh my God. And I've got a massive coke-related nostril bleed all over my crisp white shirt. It's the perfect job for a psychopath. If you look at what psychopaths are, and I'm not talking about Hannibal Lecter here, I'm talking about actual, normal, everyday psychopaths. They are manipulative. They are often charming. They hate jobs that require serious qualifications. They are people who don't show remorse or have empathy. For example, if a company announces that it's going to lose 1,000 jobs, you might feel that's a bit of a shame, but actually in the city, we would absolutely celebrate and reward that company because that company is going to be more efficient and it's going to make greater profits. It's an industry that rewards psychopaths, and it's an industry that psychopaths thrive in. Insider trading happens all the time. because people in the city aren't satisfied just with their six-figure salaries and their six-figure bonuses. They want to get even more money. For example, during the financial crisis, there used to be rumors spread that this company is going bust or that this bank is about to have to ask the government for some money. And by doing that, these hedge funds were exacerbating the financial crisis, making it worse and worse and worse. But they didn't give a because they were making a buck themselves, and they never got found out because they could always claim they'd heard it from someone else first. So it's one of those crimes you never get found out for. The thing is about insider trading is people think it's like this victimless crime, but actually what it means is that a hedge fund, as it usually is, has bought some shares off Grand's pension fund. And that Grand's pension fund has unwittingly sold it to them, not realizing the share price is about to rocket when it gets taken over. So in fact, it's not a victimless crime. They're stealing directly off your granny. It's really simple. You just got a bunch of really clever, greedy, ruthless people together, and the rewards are massive and the risks of getting caught are negligible. So they are going to do everything in their power via insider trading, spreading false rumors, market manipulation, anything. They'll just game the system to make a fast buck. And unless they really sort out regulation, it will always be the case. I was playing for the team that was on the side of corporations that were raping this planet. And I was on the side of corporations who didn't give a shit about their workforce, but just gave a shit about their quarterly earnings figures. Kind of gets to you, especially if you have the kind of upbringing I had, which was fairly left-wing, religious, and I was a kind of a hippie as well. You know, I used to tell young kids about what a terrible job banking was. And then when I described it, strippers, £1,000 meals, cocaine, bonuses of £500,000-600,000. They were like, tell me how I get this job. It has changed. It's more about being a serious guy with 2 maths PhDs. They are still earning a lot of money, but not as much. Nowadays, there's limits on how big your bonus can be. It can only be a maximum of twice your salary, whereas back in my day, you'd get 6 times your salary at the drop of a hat. It's no longer quite the playground for druggy lads having a ball anymore, and thank for that, frankly, because it's not right the way we used to behave. I think on my deathbed, that particular phase in my life, I will not be very proud of. I sold my soul to the devil, basically, but I did get a good price for it.
As you can see, all of this makes sense. Cargo ship owned by JP Morgan Chase, seized by U.S. with 20 tons of cocaine. As you can hear by that video, it's deeper than just a drug habit. This is the culture of banking. This is what they do when they're getting this money from the Federal Reserve. Okay? They take this, they go and flip that, go and buy a few bricks, might even show up to a few of these, they might vote Democrat, or because they know that there's going to be some leniency. Like you just heard the guy said, hey, I'm more left wing, and as you can see, there's I'm going to say evil in both parties. As you can see with left wing, you're probably going to get some weird money that just keeps getting spunt, and they're spending it on hookers and coke like Review Dork. And then you got, right wing, the more authoritative type of shit, when they get their money, it's like they're blowing on like shit that doesn't need money to be spent on. I mean, they trying, but y'all trying to like, bring back the old school ways of America. And that's like, nah, you might want to catch up. Then we'll vote you in, but as of now, all of y'all look crazy as fuck. So what do you do? What do you do in this scenario? Well, listen. All you can do is keep fighting the good fight, people. And just remember, did the shorts cover? No? The fuck are we talking about?